guys, we're live. What? Say hi, guys. We're online. Come on.
Hi everyone. Good evening everyone and welcome to Dale from the Yawning. We're a bunch of nerdy out guys who stare at the camera and Dragon.
That sounds about right.
We are not affiliated with endorsed, sponsored, or specifically approved by InternationalD&D. I am Fausto. I will be your DM tonight. These are our players.
I get to go first! Tonight I will be playing Shisa, the Yawnty Budlock who's about to make a major debut. Maybe.
Kevin. Eric will not be with us tonight because of something minor as birthday or something. I don't know.
Hey, happy birthday, Eric!
But we have Stan. And last but not least, or if not last, something like that.
Not last either.
Oh, no, it's true. Hey, hi. No, thank you, Wanda. That was short and sweet.
Very much so.
Now alive, and Jay is here. Jay is not here right now. So yeah, well, there's also Jay. So yeah.
See. Somebody tells me there is something wrong with my audio. Can that be?
Hang on a sec. Does this work? Speak.
I shall speak now.
There we go. That should be
Is
working.
that good? Should I now repeat everything I said so far?
He introduced us. He mentioned that it's Eric's birthday. Happy birthday, Eric. He introduced Kevin and Stan and
And everybody else.
And there was one other person that is not seen but is maybe heard. Or Jay, are you there? All right, he will be with us shortly.
Yes.
No, he's not on Roll20 either.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
He said it'd be slightly late, but we're prepared for it. We're prepared.
We have enough. We have enough victims for today, so that's fine.
He's logged in, so.
So yeah. Where should we begin? Last we left, I think our heroes had just arrived at a new tavern. Could that be the Styx Horseman?
Yeah.
Was that what we were doing last time?
Some idiots tried to mug us, and we fucked them up, and then we.
That is a fact.
Oh yeah.
Those boring guys, unbelievable.
Yes. You brought the law to the unlawful, and
to the chaos.
beat them
Man,
up.
right?
Yeah, to the chaos man, and you beat them up properly, as they deserved.
Exactly. I feel a lot more danger when I clean my underwear.
And if I remember correctly, you had just bribed the bouncer of the Styx Horseman in order to enter inside the place itself.
Yes.
Am I right when I say such a thing? I think I'm right.
You're okay.
Okay, very well. If I remember correctly, you had received a first description of the Styx Horseman in which the place was like completely dark and only illuminated by a single candle in the middle of the club.
Yes, that's right. It was
Yes,
like pitch black.
it could be. Let me check my sources. The Styx Horseman.
So even with the dark vision, it's all black.
No, with dark vision it's fine. You can see the place. Yes, there is a single candle illuminating the taps. Okay. So yeah, and you were sent here by a local fellow called Slipknot, if I remember correctly,
Yes.
Yes.
who had told you to come here in case you needed some work, possibly not of the legal kind. And he told you to speak with a person called Rule of Three.
And Slipknot is a little bit because they don't know him here.
It seems they don't. he may have overestimated his importance in the great scheme of things. So, what would you like to do now that you have arrived at the Styx Horseman? You one thing you notice for sure is that most clients here seem to be on the lower plane side of things. You see several tieflings, of course, elf fiends of different kinds, probably a few full-blooded fiends, and those of you that have knowledge of this kind of things, those of you that want can try an Arcana check.
Ooh.
Already rolling here. Hey.
Oh,
Arcana. A 16.
do you have to be
Yes.
trained, you mean?
No,
Yeah.
you don't have to be trained. You have to be willing.
I don't give a shit.
For example.
I'm just gonna assume I don't know anything about them.
Okay, well, Talin, you've been a drow and having dealt with some kind of creatures like that, you realize that the people, well, the creatures here are more from the abyssal side of things than the infernal side of things. So you know that the lower planes are a conglomeration of several different planes devoted to evil, and although in different variation, from low to chaos. And apparently the people frequenting this place are more devoted to the chaos side of it,
Good.
which is actually in line with the religion of your own culture.
Yeah.
The
Wolf is
Spider
like,
Queen. Yeah, she's an
yeah.
abyssal queen.
Yeah.
Yes. So when you arrive, though, a few eyes turn to you. I must say that in general, Shisa seems to belong here. Tarling, you seem to belong here. Nuada, you too. Even the kobold. When they see this Eladrin, you have different kind of gazes on you. This from I would eat this person to
Did you say hit or eat?
yeah, from eat to hit.
Okay.
You know, like a few demons would not mind to taste celestial flesh. You know, you've been in Eladrin, you have a strong connection to the Feywild, which is actually one of the upper planes in a way. So you stick out a bit like, you know,
A Sortam.
a sort. Yes, that's a fact. What would you guys like to do?
I think we already went here. Because we were drinking fire water.
No, that
No,
was
that was the
the
last
tiefling bar. This is the demon bar.
That's
Oh.
correct.
Oh.
You are
Oh.
going up in society.
Yeah, look at me.
Yes.
I'm gonna sit at the bar and order a drink.
I stay next to him.
At the bar, you see the bartender. It's Gitzerai. Anybody here knows what a Gitzerai is? But I can. Of
Well,
course,
I get the
Not
two different
really.
ones mixed up. but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I know. What it is.
yeah. Well, you
Okay.
know, in the end, Gitzerais and Githyankis, they are a race. Apart from eating each other, they are a race originating from the astral plane. The Gitzerais being more devoted to pure chaos than the Githyankis. Githyankis are more devoted to
Revenge.
merciless law, in a way, while the Gitzerai, they seek chaos. At the same time, they also seek to bring order to chaos. Those of you that have a bit of knowledge about the planes without any rolls, then our viewers can also get some info here. The Gitzerais, they make their home in Limbo, which is the plane of pure chaos, with the only intent of bringing order to that chaos. Which is a bit of a lost cause, but they keep trying nonetheless.
You want to make slot because that's how you make slot.
Yeah, exactly. Now that has nothing to do with the person handling this place, because Zegons Vlaric, the Gitzerai in charge of the place. It's an emaciated and scarred Gitzerai with one arm frozen into a claw. And it does not look like the person that wants to bring lots to the chaos. He looks like the person that wants to bring murder to the chaos. And so when he looks at you and sees you, he immediately makes a bit of a evil grin in your direction, Albis. And he says, what am I going to bring you, sweetheart,
have?
apart from your blood?
I don't think you're fit enough to serve my blood, but I'll have whatever you're having.
Okay, well, you see that he turns and he puts a mug under some kind of barrel. When he opens the spigot, some kind of, I want to say, pitch black, moldy stuff comes down that plops in your cup, and then he puts it in front of you, straight from the third layer. He says, "That's only a gold for you."
Yeah, I instantly chug it.
Okay, to say that it's disgusting is an understatement. It really looks like drinking necrotic material, an animal that has been dead for way too long, and it has gone past putrefaction and into liquefaction. So it's extremely difficult to keep it in. But you can try a Constitution saving throw.
I want to see that.
Okay,
Oh!
Albis, you grin your teeth, you close your mouth, you gulp it down, and just the slightest hint of sweat start to appear on your perfect forehead. What season are you today?
I'm still in summer.
You're still in summer. So, for those of you that do not know, Albis is an Eladrin, meaning he or she can change her gender and her form to match the season that she prefers. And today, he is summer, which is wonderful to be among all these demons. So yeah, you put it down. Zagons seem to be quite disappointed that you managed to drink it, but hey. Anybody else?
I'm fine.
She said drinks do seem to be extremely overpriced so far. Are you just hanging by the bar, or did you come here with a purpose?
As I head towards the bar, I try and listen around, see if I can get any hints of rule of three.
Of rule of three. Okay, very well. Roll me an investigation check.
13.
A 13. You actually hear his name being said a couple of times there in the tavern. Clearly is known here. At the same time, you do not immediately see him, or you cannot really identify who he is among all the patrons that are here. But it's clear that many people know him. Many of the patrons here know him. They may also know where he is. Would you like to make more direct questions, or you don't want to risk it, or?
The people I heard mention his name, like who looks most normal amongst them.
Roll me a perception test.
Oh, 9.
9.
9.
9. 9. Well, you seem to individuate somebody that looks pretty normal to you. Mostly humanoid, only 2 horns on his forehead. And you get near to this person. When he sees you approaching, he looks you like, like he's not amused of you being next to him.
Good day.
Is it?
Oh, maybe you want a beer. That would make your day better.
A beer? What do you take me for? Some clueless prime?
Wow.
He looks at a couple of...
Whatever you want from the bar.
Oh, whatever I want. Very well. He stands up and he says, Zagons, a bottle of angel's tears. He's paying. See, Zagons look at you. You're paying for it?
What?
Are you paying for it?
Make that a glass.
Very well then. So he takes this bottle. Looks like a bottle of obsidian, but when he opens the cork, some kind of like music of harps come out of it, and this crystal clear liquid gets poured. As it gets poured, the harp music changes into like the moan of crying. And then he brings this glass to the table and he puts it in front of the other guy. The other guy looks at it like, oh, angel's tears.
I think that's at least worth a little conversation.
Zagon says 15 gold.
I paid a man. 15 or 50?
No, 15.
Okay. Sure.
He takes the money. You see, when you exchange so much money with him for a glass of angel's tears, a lot more eyes and ears are turning in your direction. But the guy at the table looks at you and he says, a bob with jink. I guess you must be someone important.
Well, I've been looking for someone important actually.
Who would that be?
Rule of 3. I heard he might have a job for people like me and my crew.
What kind of crew is your crew? Are you cutters or are you bloods?
We're
Independent.
still new to the city. We're independents.
I see. Independent. Well, is there a specific talent you have?
We've been known to put down most of our enemies.
I can sing.
That's that's something that the boss could use, indeed. Roll me a persuasion check with advantage, Tommy.
Okay. A 22.
A 22. Okay. He finishes his glass and he says, very well done. Come with me.
All right. Just me, or can my buddies join?
How many buddies do you have?
Enough.
I would say that Ella and Skrulk are somewhere at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
the 3 of them.
he looks at the 3 of them and then he gaze eventually ends on Albis. It's like, Albis, are you male or female right now?
Male.
Male. Is he also with you?
Don't worry, he knows his place.
I don't doubt that, but I mean, a lot of fiends will want to put him on their table. I mean, that's your funeral, so that's fine.
Wow.
I would pay to see that.
So he stands up and he says, "Follow me."
All right.
And he brings you to some back room. You see, the place is even darker, like it's like completely dark. For those of you that don't have dark vision, I don't know if there is anybody here that doesn't have a dark vision.
Nope.
Nope, everybody has dark vision. Okay, great. So you feel right at home in this darkness, and eventually it brings you to this smallish room, really, with a little desk. There is two big creatures inside the room, standing at the corners of the room, and then there is this almost like little puny man behind the desk. He doesn't look like much, really. At the same time, he seems to be in charge here. He has yellowish skin and pointed ears. He reminds you a bit of a Githyanki or Gitzerai, but there is something off about him. It may be that he has some demonic blood, indeed, in him.
Okay. Like small, you said, like
Well, not
halfling or
no.
Oh.
Small in which, like, not a very imposing person
Okay.
in that way.
Yeah.
I may even have a picture for you guys here. Yeah, I'm linking something on Roll20 if you want to have a look at it. And that seemed to be the guy. So when you arrive there, he looks at you. He looks at the guy that brought you here. They exchange just looks, like either they are talking telepathically in some way or it's something you don't understand. And the guy that brought you here just steps back but remains in the room together with the other two big guys. You see the other two big guys, one of them is clearly a troll. You probably have met trolls before. And the other one could either be or a big tiefling or maybe an ogre. And you're there standing. The man looks at you and he says, "Oh, look what we have here. Visitors? Friend or enemies?"
I nod and well, it looked like they were speaking telepathically before, so I will respond to him with my awakened mind.
Okay.
I hope friends.
He says, "Well, that of course will remain to be seen. Friends. What do you bring then to be friends?"
We've been sent here from the dark sign. A man called Slipknot said you might be looking for.
Good old Slipknot. He knows what he's doing. Does he? Maybe yes. Maybe no. Maybe.
Yeah, he mentioned you might have a job.
Oh, Rule of 3 has many jobs. Jobs that can be done, jobs that can be undone, and just jobs. Remember, there is always 3 sides to every coin.
Of course.
We are coin collectors.
Is it so? What kind of coins do you collect?
Special ones.
How special?
Not for sale special.
Not for sale, but maybe
Some
for
might
steal.
even say they are to die for.
Now you got my interest pickled. Are you here to trade for these coins, or why do you mention them?
We're just looking for more.
More coins. Well, of course, if you work for me, there will be coins. What are your talents? Are you more of the breaking and entering kind? Are you more of the taking things that do not belong to you kind? Or are you cutters?
We are flexible.
He looks at you, he says, clearly. Well, I guess I could start you on something. Just a little test, let's say. There is a person in Sigil. His name is Unity of Rings.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to have one of his feathers.
One of his feathers. Okay.
Yes.
And what can you tell me about this unity of rings?
He has wings.
And rings.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow. Interesting.
So clearly something angelic then, yes.
Yeah. Fastidiously so.
So not prone to weakness of the flesh.
I'm afraid not. Unity of Rings is what you would call a do-gooder.
A Ken doll.
In a way, yes. Bring me one of his feathers. Then I will know if you can be of any use to me.
Yeah. Well,
As long as it doesn't interfere with my performance.
You perform?
Oh yes. You should come to my show.
Is that an invitation?
It's
Is
an
that
invitation.
a free ticket?
Did we get any free tickets? I look to my manager.
There's no such thing as free in the free world.
That's a managerial hat. Welcome, Jay.
It's a free city. It's not a concert-free city.
Very well then. So you have your task.
Hey, Jay.
A concert-free city would mean that there's no concerts, but there are concerts, so it's not concert-free.
Exactly.
Ah,
Yes.
yes, indeed. You see that both the troll and the ogre start to shift a bit on their feet. And rule of 3 is looking at it.
so the unity of rings. And any idea where in Sigil he would
Oh,
be
everywhere that there is trouble, the Unity of Ring will sooner or later appear. You see, he likes to fix things. He likes to help people.
So we should just go back to the alley.
Superhero.
So, soup kitchen?
For example,
well, We could always set the soup kitchen on fire and
That could work, of course. Yes.
Uh,
Hmm.
He,
We
he
will,
keeps. Yeah, he says, "You go do that thing for me, and then come back." All
we
right.
will find your unity and his feathers.
Very well. And the troll and the ogre usher you outside. And you're back in the club. You see that back in the club, a couple of tallish, clearly demonic-looking figures are waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
And they look at you, but they seem to be more expressly looking at Albis. And they're like, the upper planes have no place here, little angel.
Is my main course meal.
oh, is that so? Well, that's
Yes,
too
it
bad
is
because
so.
I'm already here. And now that I think about it, I don't have time, so get out of the way.
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, Shatter Spike needs feeding.
Albis, since you have also the backing of your colleagues, roll me an intimidation check with advantage.
Oh, yeah.
As they crack their knuckles.
For some reason, the XP system isn't working today.
Okay, an 18. Okay, you see that the two demons, they kind of step back and they go like, well, yeah, you better leave. That's the last warning you will get. But at the same time, they
Oh.
kind of step aside to make you pass.
Oh, don't worry. I won't warn next time.
All right. And do you then leave or
And then I leave, yeah. Because I have places to go and people to see.
people to slay, place to go? Okay, and so you leave the place, all of you, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and you're back in the streets of Sigil.
Yes.
Now it's yeah, it's so
It's
late
time
in
to
the
go
night.
home. Yeah.
It's so late in the night that it's about to become day. So you go back to the Yawning portal.
Yes.
Yes. The Yawning portal is of course open 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
sorry, I have to say a thing. Thank you, Kit.
What?
No, I'm nothing. Ignore me. Okay, so it's open 24/7. It's not like always the people are working there. There are shifts, but DM can't be bothered with changing tokens every time. So yeah, you are indeed quite tired at this point. So unless you want to spend whatever few hours of left of the night to drink, you could also go to sleep.
It's like 4 in the morning, so I think it's
It's
time.
probably like 4 in the morning. Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go to
Yeah.
sleep.
Okay.
I'm not
So-
gonna rest my eyes though.
Even us elves need to go to sleep sometime.
Yeah.
Elves never sleep. That's their thing.
Do elves dream forest ships?
Absolutely. We manifest them in our dreams. And
You
then they become
manifest them.
reality.
They're phase sheep. Phase sheep.
Their face ship. Yeah. Okay. So you go sleep. Well, you went very late to bed, so I would say that you would wake up kind of late in the morning. It's not like you have anything to do, but yeah. Actually, apart from Shiza's plan, which are obvious, anybody else has any kind of plans here in Sigil? Or are you like eagerly awaiting that the next adventure hits you in the face?
Absolutely.
Ella will actually go looking for a monk order.
We discussed this. I think you're missing something rather obvious that's in the bottom
concert.
right corner.
Yeah, the concept I get it, but
And
Ella is looking for a monk order. Okay, yeah. Apart from the fact that indeed,
What would you?
There's a monk in our group.
Oh, a different monk order than this one.
yeah, she wants to. Okay,
Okay.
Ella.
I would be.
What's wrong with my order?
Yeah, what's wrong with his order? Hello, are you having this conversation? Let's have this conversation.
Yes.
No, I don't actually. Everybody does what he wants.
Well, your order is fine. You can teach me the basics of. Maybe you can teach me the basics of how becoming a monk. But I would like to find a third of these kind of order that balances the 4 elements.
Okay, nice.
Could I possibly know something like that? Like the name of an order?
So you
The
come
different type
from
of schools of
the
teaching?
Shadow. No, that's for sure a thing that you know. You know that there is different paths, different ways that a monk can take.
Mhm.
You were chosen the warrior way, the way of the Kensai or Kensei. But indeed, yes, you know that there are some monks that channel their chi into harnessing the power of the elements. Other monks summon their chi to summon the power of light and darkness. Others focus only on the shadows themselves. That would have been a path that you were probably very attracted to, but in the end you went for the way of the sword. So yeah, you know there are different monk traditions. That's for sure.
Mhm.
You do not specifically know in person the location of an
No, but
order of
the
monks.
name of an order that he would be looking for. So from the moment he has a name,
Yes,
might be
yes.
able to find it more easily here in Sigil.
Okay,
I assume
so
everything's here.
yes to the first, not that yes to the second. So
Okay,
let's say
but
you
yes
may
to the
have heard of the name of the Sacred Order of the Avatars. Let's say.
That's a lot of research in there.
Well, you know, we are not affiliated in any way with Nickelodeon. Okay. So the Order of the Avatars. That does not mean that they are here in Sigil. Sigil being as big as it is, it does not mean that contains every single thing in the multiverse. Then it should be, you know, it should be bigger than New York. That said, if what you are initially looking for, Ella, is training in the monk arts, yes, and you don't want to bother Noada more than necessary because he already has he's already an agent. He cannot also be your personal trainer, I guess. I don't know.
Exactly. He's busy with organizing concerts and
Yes, he's busy with organizing content.
pimping out snake ladies.
If you ask a few questions around and explain a bit what it is that you need, clearly most of the persons in Sigil will direct you to a place called the Great Gymnasium.
Ah,
That's
yes,
going to be
I
interesting.
should visit this.
Yes, the Great Gymnasium. On your map of Sigil, that would be in an aptly named gymnasium district, which is in the Guild Hall. So if you look at the lower part of the map of Sigil, look at the Guild Hall, you will see this big building in the middle of the map.
Got it. That was easy to find.
That was very easy to find.
Yeah, it's like a giant gymnasium.
A giant gymnasium. Gymnasium, is that the correct pronunciation, Ben? Or should I
No.
say it?
Yeah, gymnasium.
Gymnasium? Okay, very well. Or also called the Great Gym. Okay. Gymnasium. So yeah, most people will direct you there if what you're looking for is, you know, they don't even call it monk training. It's just that when you explain, I would like to be able to balance my inner forces, blah, blah, blah. They say, that looks like Cypher's talk. They mention the word Cypher's talk.
Ciphers. Wait, are ciphers one of these what you call it, factions of Sigil?
Clearly they are. Everything here that is of any importance is affiliated with one faction or another.
I see.
Yes. So if you would go to the Great Gymnasium, you probably not only find training, but also proselytizing about the philosophy of the ciphers.
I am interested in this philosophy, but that's for another time.
Ah, okay, very well. So
That
meaning
I
you
would-
don't want to go to the gymnasium, or
I would, but let's first do she says concert.
okay, very well. Okay, very well. So yeah, if I remember correctly, today you would have a meeting at the Hall of Records, right?
Yes, for the contract.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
that's right.
So the Hall of Records, it's in the clerk's ward. Once again, you can look at the lower part of the map.
Man,
and
it's
you
like the complete opposite of where we are.
yeah, that will take some time to get there.
Anyone
Yeah,
got
but
a fly spell? Just go
Actually,
straight
I
up.
do.
I don't.
How about we just hire somebody to take us there?
Yeah, that sounds like a very good idea.
Yes.
One of those tuk-tuk thing.
Oh yes, of course. Okay, I would say since you've been in Sigil now some time, you know how this works. You know how to get a sedan share, a rickshaw. Everybody spent 1 gold piece, and for today you have a day ticket, like the transportation, transportation for today. Yeah. Now, thanks to this wonderful book, the Factual Manifesto, I know everything about the factions here in Sigil. For some reason, I'm advertising TSR products, but the company doesn't exist anymore, right? So who
No.
cares?
Well, technically, these
You
are
can buy the PDF officially.
these are
Dungeon
owned
Master
by
Guild.
Wizards of the Coast at the
Why?
moment.
Yeah. Why am I making advertising to Wizards? Maybe I want a job. So
You have a job.
yeah, well, I mean, with them. So yeah, are you all going to the Hall of Records?
It sounds interesting for to find out more.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, I'll join.
It doesn't sound interesting at all, but it Jesus Christ.
In
No,
fact,
it
in
sounds
fact, it
very-
doesn't.
It's actually very interesting. Taxes. Let's learn how to evade taxes.
Let's learn how to pay taxes.
Let's learn how to keep our money.
Is there a tax in Sigil?
Oh yes, there is. There's many taxes. Okay. So, as you reach the clerk's ward, it's actually in between the clerk's ward and the hive. Strange. As you reach the clerk's ward, you see this big campus of the Hall of Records. There is this mastodontic central tower, as you can see even on the main map, surrounded by these gardens where there are these tents. There is a lot of movement, a lot of activity going around the Hall of Records. A lot of clerks with parchments, people richly dressed, merchants. It's clear that the Hall of Records, even though this is not the center of commerce of Sigil, it is the place where all those that want to make sure that their possessions remain theirs go to have it certified. You also know that there is a quite big amount of security, and it is actually there is a few written boards outside of the main campus, mentioning a few laws of things to not do while you are inside the Hall of Records. The standard things, of course, but it seems that there is a very, very big notice about fire spells. Like everyone caught using fire inside the Hall of Records will be shot on sight. It seems that they have had a bad experience in the recent past about someone. Eventually, asking a few questions, you may learn that a known terrorist threw a fireball inside the archive of the Hall of Records, causing big damage to the society. In fact,
Who dares
here in
such a thing?
Siege. Yes, they say it was a Git Yankee terrorist. Okay, that's in the past. The guy was apprehended and brought to justice. In any case, you had an appointment with the assistant of Harris Atchin, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Though I do not remember his name, if he even had it. He probably didn't. He was just the boy assisting Harris Atchin.
I think
So
you
we will
called him
call-
the boy, actually.
We will call him the assistant. Then we know. A bit like the gentleman.
Mm.
Is there, as you remember him, is nicely dressed, a bit hipster-like guy, with a beard, with a nice mustache. Here is shaved, and then he has long hair here, like a real hipster. He has also glasses, and and he's there with his parchments, and he was waiting for you.
It's good that we're here.
Very well. When he sees you arriving, he acknowledges you, and he says, "Very well then, you can come with me. I have already booked a little office with one of the fated to validate our contract."
Mm-hmm.
I see fingers wiggling.
Yeah, just an announcement that we will have redemptions back shortly. Exilium is come online.
Hey, Exilium, my man. Okay, so he brings you inside the main tower. There is an entrance full of people, crowd of people. There will be some waiting to be done until you can reach the main ledger. Though you are expected, so in the big book your names are there, and they eventually escort you to a private office. While you are walking there, you see the clerk that is escorting you, who is a tall human with a quite glorious blonde beard. And as he walks, he looks around and says, "Are you new here in Sydney?"
Yes.
A couple of days.
Could say that.
Oh, I see. So this must be your first visit to the Hall of Records.
That definitely.
Yes.
He says, the Hall of Records is one of the most important buildings here in Sigil. Not only because it is the headquarters of the Faded, our faction, and he makes a little bow, but also because we like to say that if it's not written in the Hall of Records, it doesn't exist. Sigil.
Interesting.
Yes. He says, of course, I think that a tower of simple bureaucracy. No. This is a tower of recognition. See, what the Faded believe is that the world is yours, if only you can take it for yourself. We reward those that stand up for themselves. We reward those that are bold. We reward those that look the world in the eye, grab him by the neck, and say, "You are mine." We will make Sigil great again.
I see why people throw fireballs in here.
You had me until you said that.
I actually like the guy.
So, actually, I like the guy. He was like, so if you're
I
bold
like
enough,
your way of thinking.
then you must be a brave one. You must be someone that knows what he wants and he's not afraid of taking it. Just like Duke Rowan would, our factal.
Are you saying that Duke Rowan takes it?
He takes what he wants because he deserves it.
That's not what it sounded like.
In the meanwhile, you have arrived at the private office. But Talin, he looks at you and he says, well, maybe then we should have a private discussion after we're finished with this.
Perhaps we could, yes.
Very well then, very well. He escorts you inside the office. And waiting for you, there is another clerk there. So all of you sit down there. The assistant gives his papers to be certified. Well, of course, he shows you first the papers. Okay, without going too much into legalities and little cavilly, the main idea is, as we said last time, Arizachis will promote you for 500 gold, we said?
Yep.
Yes.
Has
He will
been
promote you
paid.
for 500 gold, yes. And he will make sure that, people in Sigil know you, and he will make sure that people will want to come to your show. But this is the terms of the contract. It's not to provide you any training of any sort. Is not to arrange for the place where you will perform. It did give you a couple of names at the Society of Sensation to go and talk, to
Right.
have a place. Yes. What he will do is promote you. So he will make you famous in Sigil.
So we have to go to the sand sites to
You will have
book a
to
venue.
provide. Yeah, you will have to see where.
How about the revenue split? That's the part that I'm really looking into.
Arizachis has no interest whatsoever in revenue split. He will perform a job for you, which lasts a month, and it costs 500 gold, and then your contract will be over. Whatever you charge, whatever you earn, that's all yours.
That's even better than I expected.
You see that? You see that the assistant looks at you and says, "Harris does this for the art, not for the money."
Yeah, but people have bills to pay.
Yes, he does. I have to take care of it. So
That's it. Well,
are you fine with it?
I'm reviewing it
Okay, very well.
conspicuously.
Okay, make me an intelligence check. Straight intelligence check.
Uh-oh.
Sure.
I think we'll want to switch
Oh,
this over.
really?
You can do it with advantage because you helping each other.
We needed it.
Yes, you think it's conform to what you have understood, so there isn't any loophole or things
No
like
f-
that. So
No little fine prints?
no little fine prints.
No invisible ink?
No, do you put some lemon on it? No, okay. No, it seems legit.
Up to you, Shisa. It seems legit to me, so you can sign it.
Let's
You're the
do
artist
it.
after all.
Well,
Okay.
wait. Isn't there? I think I heard something like there's an order that checks all these things, like a faction that only does law stuff.
Okay, when Ella mentions that, you see that the fated guy goes like, "You're probably referring to the Confraternity of Order."
Probably, yeah.
You see that when he hears the assistant, like, "Oh no, not the lawyers." But the fated guy says, "Well, now that you mentioned this, yes, you may ask for the assistance of one of our good friends, the governors of the Confraternity of Order. They know law in all its forms and shapes. If you wish to receive their assistance, of course, I cannot stop you from this."
What's the worst that can happen?
Are you asking who?
I'm shrugging as I sign the papers.
Ah, you are just signing. Okay, very well. The assistant says, like, thank you. There is only one line longer than the whole record. That's in the courthouse. So yeah, very well.
Yes, but there will be one line longer soon. To my consent.
The assistant looks at you and says, "This is the spirit," she said. This is and he goes like, this is the spirit. Nobody laughs. So yeah,
That's, cultural appropriation.
yeah, it's a bit so. Yeah, it's true. Yo, okay. Having signed all the papers, one copy goes to you, one copy goes to the assistant, one copy goes to the Hall of Records, and he shakes hands with you one last time, and he says, even though we only just signed the contract, I can assure you that Aris Ashes is already working on it.
Excellent. Now we just need to go to the sensates.
Delazar, la lumière.
Yes, that would be probably your next step.
So the guy who spoke to me earlier.
The guy that spoke to you here. Yes.
The
So,
fate.
yes,
Or
he's waiting. He's
there,
actually
or
waiting.
what was it
Yes.
again?
He's actually waiting for you there outside. And yes, he says, so you seem to be interested in what we have to offer. First of all, I might as well say this myself. Every faction has, how can I say, a little nickname, sometimes a bit denigratory that other factions use, but we go quite proud of our own moniker. Our official title is Faded, but the others call us the Takers.
Okay.
And I bear the title with pride.
I like the name.
We not only collect
I bet
taxes,
you do.
but as I told you, we also take what is rightfully ours. And how do we know what is rightful? Because we can take it.
Okay.
If you can take it, it's yours. And if it's yours, you can take it.
Yes. Okay, like...
Fortune favors the bold. And we are the boldest.
I see.
Being part of the Faded, of course, first of all, will allow you to use these premises as a temporary respite, if that's what you need, instead of sleeping in whatever squalid tavern you may have found. You can stay here at the Hall of Records. Of course, there will be little jobs for you to perform while you are here, but at the same time, you will have the complete support of, let me assure you, the strongest faction in all of Sigil. Once again, he looks at the building all around you. If it's not here, it doesn't exist in Sigil. Everybody needs to pass by here if they want to possess something. And we know what everyone possesses, which means we can tax it.
I see. So, that's the kind of taking you do.
Also, but of course, we understand that there is a more adventurous kind of people.
Yes, I don't see myself being a taxman.
No, I completely understand, he says. And joining the Faded will help you also in your adventurer career. Apart from the many connections that we have, we train our members in doing their work as best as they can. In fact, joining the Faded will teach you a few little tricks that you may find useful. Let me go into details here. So we start to introduce the concept of each of you could join one of the factions. And apart from the RP implications of this will also give you some little bonuses in game.
Yay.
For example, joining the Faded after a certain time of training, you will gain proficiency in 2 skills, weapons, or tools of your choice. Since the Faded, they want to be as prepared as they can to take the opportunity when it arises. Also, you will be self-reliant, which means that you can spend your inspiration to apply your proficiency bonus to an ability check when you use that you are not proficient in. So let's say that you have inspiration. Instead of getting advantage, you can use a skill or a tool that you're not proficient with proficiency.
Okay.
There is also a little restriction. Be a member of the faction does not only mean to reap the reward, but it must also mean that you sincerely believe in what they believe. Huh?
Yes.
So the restriction of the Faded is that the Faded will never accept or give charity. They always demand or provide a service before payment is rendered, and they strive towards self-reliance. If you compromise on these values, you will lose your ability to gain inspiration until you atone yourself for it.
Hmm.
How does
see.
that sound to you?
I see. Well, how do you guys feel about the source of powers? Like, I've taken my power from a being beyond this realm.
Have you taken it? Then it's yours.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I would say I've taken it. Yes.
Yes.
Your
Then
I
words.
don't
then
think.
you then you
I don't
deserved
think
it.
the great old ones do charity.
Yeah, he looks at you when you mention the great old one with one power or another. If they have given you a power, you have taken it. Well, clearly you have paid the price for the power, right?
Of course.
Then it's only fair that you have it.
All right. Let me. So how does one join your faction?
Well, in order to join the faction, well, first of all, there will be a few sets of tests which resembles a lot university entrance exams designed to measure your intelligence. If you pass, you can go on to the physical test. After all, being a taker, it's all about have the muscle to grab what it's worth. And if you pass both the mental and the physical test, they will arrange for a final test to see if you really are taker's material. Which means that they will put you in front of some kind of moral test to see if you are really what they are looking for.
I see.
Yes.
I would be willing to take the tests, and we will see if your faction matches me.
Very well, he says. Then, in order to pass the mental tests, you will have to spend like 1 week studying with them. In that week, they will already provide you like a temporary membership, meaning you can already stay here at the premises, which is actually better because you will have to study together with other Faded or with other people that are about to join the Faded. And at the end of this week, you can go and perform the intelligence test.
I see. I don't know how long we'll be in the city because.
Well,
we
you can
have
start, he says.
certain-
Of course, he says the world is not waiting. The multiverse is out there for the taking. You can't just wait.
Exactly. We have things to take. So, but yeah, let's give it a try.
Very well. Then I suppose that Tarling will be staying here for the time being. I mean, at least spend your downtime here. Then, of course, while you have other things to do, you can do
I will join you guys for the concert later.
Sure.
Yes, we'll get back to you at the venue.
By the way, there's like half a dozen redemptions by now, so let me get to those. Oh, sorry, that was a misclick. I have too many windows open. let's see, party potion from Anargdovi. Here is a small gift for Ben as well. And then a disadvantage for Ben, with also from Anargdovi. You knew this would happen.
Yep.
Why do
an
they
adv-
love you so much, Ben?
An
What's
advantage
going on?
from Kurlikö for Ben for being precious.
Are you
But
precious?
you can only use the advantage for slaying your performance.
Ah, nice.
A DC down from Xilium. Sorry for the tech. I will just leave them all open and accept them when we use them, so I don't lose track. A cheers from Xilium.
Yay, we can redeem that one.
Cheers.
I have no drink, guys.
Me neither. Only have food.
I must be more prepared. Okay.
And an advantage for Eric with a chorus of happy birthdays.
And
If
he's
only-
not here.
If only he was here. Okay,
Nah.
wait. It is only fair that as the DM, I shall take the advantage.
It's for delivery to Eric, so maybe keep
And use it
for
in his
his
honor.
next game.
Okay. All right.
We will try
yeah.
and remember the birthday advantage for next week.
Yes. We'll write it down somewhere. Wait, pretending to write shit. Okay, very well.
So
So,
just
yeah.
to clarify, I have a disadvantage, an advantage, and a potion.
The potion is for the party.
Okay.
I shall drink that no. All right. So,
Actually, yeah, the info says it's a gift for Ben, so I guess if you want it.
Nah, the party can share it.
Yes, let's all take a sip.
But thank you, Anok.
let's all take a
And
peek.
thank you, Anok. And
Let's
thank
all
you,
take a
Cole.
sip. Okay. So, you have spent the best part of the morning here at the Faded headquarters. What would you like to do for the afternoon?
Sensates.
Sensates. Okay.
Yeah, we need to
I will
book the
start my
room.
studies here.
Start establishing the price for the tickets.
Well, we need the venue.
Yeah.
And the venue will determine the price.
So the sensates, where we need to go right now if we're having a concert tomorrow.
The concert is in a month, no?
Is it?
I don't know.
I thought it was tonight.
He tonight. Haris Hachis has to promote you first. You know, like otherwise, yeah.
So the
Any-
thing is this. We're gonna let 2 weeks pass before we open the tickets. So it builds the momentum. Then within 2 weeks we're gonna start pre-orders. And that's gonna give us 2 more. What?
No, that's perfect. I mean, I don't know this shit. I mean, that's fine. Go
What,
for
man?
it. I know. You know. Okay, go ahead.
We have this momentum, you know, etc., etc. We start showing you here and there, you know. We're gonna all dress the same, like, you know, with the same kind of clothes, and you're gonna be in the middle, and we're gonna walk, and everybody who wants to come and be like, and then we look at you, and then you say, sure. Then you're gonna start signing autographs and stuff like that, you know.
I like it.
And- Yeah, but it's a show. It's all part of a show. Martial artists also do make art, you know. So
Martial artist. Yeah, that's
exactly. Then I'm gonna teach you some nice calligraphy to have a signature of your own. You know, I'm gonna give you some tips.
She can't ride or what? Okay.
No, I'm not saying that she can't write. I'm just saying that Shisa, you should really learn how to make a proper signature and calligraphy.
There are a lot
gonna
of
be
curves
unique.
in it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a serpentine kind of.
Write it with your tail for authenticity.
What was that?
All right.
Have a tail.
So the headquarters of the Society of Sensation is the Civic Fest Hall, which is actually not that far from the Hall of Records. So
Which
while
way
you are
is
at the
it?
Hall of Records, if you see just on the left of the Hall of Records, there's Crystal Dew Lane.
Oh yeah, it's this huge big building.
Yes, and you follow Crystal Dew Lane to the south, and you will see this Fisthold district.
Yeah.
Okay, so this beautiful building made of sinuous spires that almost seems to be made of crystal. Yeah, just south of Little Arcadia. Is
This.
the feast hall, the civic fest hall. Now, the civic festival is the headquarters of the Society of Sensation. While you approach the fest hall, you see immediately the kind of people frequenting this place is clearly very, very different from those that were at the Hall of Records. Loads of artists, musicians, dancers, street performers, poets, just writing and reciting their poetry on the street. People coloring their own skin, using their skin as a canvas. There is, it's a very free, open-minded environment. Everyone doing more or less what they like, but not in a chaotic way or in a bothering way. It's just that art and experience, it's flowing freely here. It's like a pride parade, 24 hours a day, constantly. A lot of colors, music going all around. It's like an open theater or a festival. It's what's that called? That thing that they do in America where they burn. It's Burning Man, 24/7. Yes. Now, doesn't take much to understand that what the Society of Sensation believes in is
Sensation.
yes, an experience. It is actually correct. An experience in which members of the Society of Sensation believe that if you haven't experienced it, it doesn't exist. And so they want to experience everything that is possible. And impossible, in fact. They say that to know the multiverse, you must experience it fully. The senses are the path to truth, for the multiverse does not exist beyond what can be sensed. So the saying goes that a sensate might just like to drink from the river Styx to do it all over again. So for those of you that are attracted to this kind of philosophy, that life must be lived to the fullest, that you should never say no, basically, in life, the Society of Sensation could be the faction for you.
Yes, I wish to hear more.
Very well. Now, that said, you are here for a specific purpose.
Yes.
I understand. Which is... Okay, you have received a name from Iris Arches. That name was Anali Web Spinner. Maybe I will write it here.
So we look for this anally web spinner.
Anali Web Spinner. You will have to ask a bit around, of course, before.
Seriously, it's embarrassing to ask for a name like that.
Why? An annal, it's something that happens every year. Okay, so
Once a year, right?
what's the year, right? You guys. Okay, so it will take some asking around before you can find her. But when you eventually find her, you understand that, or we can call her Annalie, right? Annalie, Annalie. Annalie is in fact a Bariaur. What is a Bariaur, you would ask?
Sounds like a fiend.
A barrier is not a fiend. In fact, most Bariaur are, I hope that's the correct pronunciation, most Bariaur are originally from Isgard, the realm of the Norse gods. And what a barrier is basically a centaur goat.
A centaur goat
Yes,
from
I will-
Isgard.
from Isgard. Yes.
Somewhat radically diverged from Norse myth.
Why?
That's
I
not-
think they are typical of the northern
goat people.
goat people. Yes. I will link you a picture.
I'm not saying I know everything.
Man, Planescape is a learning experience.
Never say no.
Always say yes.
So
Exactly.
that's what a barrier would look like.
Right?
All right. With the difference that females have shorter horns
Right.
than the male. Yeah. Okay, and you see that Anna Lee covers her. She has an attractive face, but she's dressed with a multitude of colors. She seems to be the person that directs the registration, indoctrination, and the feast hall, and coordinating most of the events. So she's clearly the person you are looking for.
Yes.
You also notice that in order to talk with her, you really, really had to make the name Addis Hatchet because she seems to be extremely busy. But eventually, you do manage to get 5 minutes with her. She's surrounded by sycophants that are, listening to everything she says. She's like a theater director, basically choosing every single thing: the length of the drapes, the color of the hair of the actors, what they're going to sing and when and why. So she reminds you a bit of Glenn Close.
Okay.
So yeah, eventually you do manage to be in her presence. She looks at you and she says, "So,
Yes.
Harris,
I'm
Harris
the new
is saying."
canvas.
Well, that would be completely up to me to decide, darling.
Oh, I think the fates have decided. Think of the experience it shall be.
Well, I must say that I have never directed a UNT before, so that could
Not
be.
just any UNT.
Really, what makes you so special?
Why, I am the reincarnation of Queen Azuka, the great monarch of the pre-dynastic UNT, when we were all but purebloods.
A reincarnation, you say?
Yes.
You're not one of those believers of the source, are you?
No. I'm
No.
just here to re-experience.
Well, I will tell you what. Since you come recommended from Harris Atchis, and you are the reincarnation of an ancient monarch, I will give you 5 minutes to show me the best you can do.
I would like to use my advantage, please.
Of course. What
I'm-
kind of
I'm-
performance would you like to?
I'm gonna help her do like a little warm up, like 30
Okay.
seconds warm up, like the voice and everything, and relax the shoulders, like press a few pressure points to really.
Okay. Pressure points and
Yeah.
and
Massage.
no, that's fine. Yeah. So make me an athletics check, Wada. You make her a throat massage. Okay. Well, yeah. That's okay. So he gives you suggestions about relaxation exercises and indeed, he touches a few pressure points behind your ears and next to your throat to loosen your tongue a bit. And yeah, you feel ready for it, Shisa. What
Okay.
kind of performance would you like to? You see that there is a stage, but it's full of stuff. Like they are preparing for the next show. So there isn't a lot of space. There isn't a lot of preparation. Imagine this a bit like the what are they called? The thing that they do at America Got Talent. Like you have 3 minutes in this little room to convince them that you should go on the main show.
Alright. So I'm going to use a combination of minor illusion and prestidigitation whilst singing and telling the tale of Queen Azuka in a musical number in her traditional operatic form. Though for the first time ever, she will translate the abyssal into common.
Very well. Okay. Okay, very well. Since you're translating it from Abyssal to Common, that will be more difficult. But your manager helped you out, which would make it back to normal difficulty. You are also using some illusion. You know the topic. That would be, a straight performance check. Of course, you can use that advantage that you have if you want.
I would like to, please.
Then you can roll me a performance check with advantage.
24!
Very well, Snake Eyes. Okay. So, you perform your dance, you sing your song, you end your performance by lying down. Or everybody, actually, also not only Annalie, but also the
I start clapping.
bystanders.
We all start clapping as the team, like bravo!
Yeah, you see that as you start clapping, then people
Slow
there
clap.
that were there, workers, they also start to clap. They seem quite impressed. You see that Annalie looks at you, Shisa, and she says, I see the possibilities here. But I must tell you the truth. That was not good.
It was fantastic.
It was fantastic, she said. So, I will call her Simon Annalie Webster. Okay. So she says, I'll tell you what we're going to do. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to have... Actually, when she says 2 weeks' time, you see that one of her assistants comes in and like, well, actually, 2 weeks, we're like completely fully booked. We must find a spot for this girl. Are you free in 2 weeks?
Oh, yes.
Very well. She says, 2 weeks' time, we're going to have... It isn't exactly a beginner's show. It's more like a competition. We're going to have several performers. There will be a jury. There will be a crowd cheering and also voting in a way with their cheers. So I want you to be in there. There will be a prize, of course, and the prize is not only monetary, but is also a visit to the sensoriums and free membership to the sensei. When she mentioned the sensoriums, well, you probably at this point haven't heard of them, but eventually she will explain to you that the sensates, those that belong to the sides of sensation, they travel the multiverse acquiring new experience. And unfortunately, some sensates cannot travel that far and wide. So what the others do is they go to the sensorium. By using a magic created by the sensei, they record their experience in some magical stone, which are then put in the sensoriums. And people can go there and experience those experiences by grabbing those stones. So you would have access to the public sensorium. You would win a monetary prize. And of course, they would then also offer membership to the senseis.
This is my manager.
Ah, a manager, she said. The death of art.
Absolutely not. The preservation of an artist.
I see. Well, as I was saying, it will be a competition with monetary prize, so there isn't really much to discuss here. You can share the prize however you see fit.
Oh. This win is all for her. It's not for me. I'm just here as a how to say, making sure that she doesn't get eaten by the sharks.
There are no sharks here.
No, but
Well.
there are snakes.
She looks at you. Yeah. There clearly are.
Wow.
Very well. In the meanwhile, you will be allowed access to the Civic Festival as a training ground. So if you want to come here and train your singing or your acting or your dancing, you can be here.
Excellent.
I would recommend remain private.
Cunning, she says. Very cunning.
Are there private rooms to practice in?
Yes, there are some private rooms. Those are mostly for members, of course. But
Yes, but one so gifted as myself, surely you can already see how this is going to play out.
yeah, one as modest as yourself, especially. I see. I'm pretty sure we can. I'm pretty sure we can arrange for something. In the end, many will want some privacy. Some performances can be quite noisy. You see that one more of her sycophants goes there and said, "I think 5 minutes, Lady Annalie." Yes, of course. She says, "You will excuse me now, but I have to go and make someone else
Oh,
grand."
yes.
It was a pleasure to meet you, and for you to meet me, of course. And she starts going. All right. So yeah, you have 2 weeks to prepare. You got a gig.
Let's get to work.
And then the next bar we go into.
Maybe it's time to celebrate.
Yes.
Okay.
I sense where this is going.
Okay, get wasted one good time tonight. Because starting tomorrow, 7 o'clock on your feet, running, breakfast, singing, training. It's gonna be like that day in, day out. You're gonna receive monk training.
Okay. Wow.
So you're ready for the heavy performance.
You will channel your chi through your voice. Okay, there is just in front of the Civic Festival. There is a Green Gauge cider shop, just to the south of it.
Oh, we should pull up the map again, probably.
Yeah. And it's a tavern that caters mostly to smaller rates.
Oh, why didn't we go to C21 instead?
That is.
I thought it was another tavern, but it isn't. Sorry, where is it? Just to the south.
Yeah.
Green
C28.
Gauge Cider Shop.
Green Gauge cider shop. Yeah.
I was looking at the brothel for slaking intellectual lusts. Green Gauge Cider Shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a place that caters mostly to the smaller races. So when you go in, you see that the ally is completely comfortable with everything, but you kind of have to like crouch a bit as you go in, and yes, and mostly it specializes in ciders from the orchards of the Alphin goddess Sheila Periroe. So the cider that you're drinking comes straight from the fields of a goddess herself, or at least that's how they sell it, in a way. You have when you go in, there is all of alpha gnomes, a few kobolds, many smaller race races.
I need a place that's caters to the small scum and the known there.
That is a fact. Yes, yes. It's very that caters to the small and the downtrodden, and you can have some cider. You can have some apple pie made by the Alpha. Is there anything you want to discuss specifically, or is just cheering?
I don't think they actually have anything that can affect me at the moment.
No, I guess not. What do you mean affect you? Like you want poison or what?
No, poison doesn't affect me, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But some of the other stuff that was, like, psychic and that had an effect.
Ah, okay. No, this looks like a pretty, let's say, normal place by your standard, so to say. Yeah.
So let us celebrate on your success as an artist.
Yes.
Okay, very well. So you have your drink. You cheer for Shisa. You have a few more drinks. I would say for I don't know. You're you're spending the whole night there, or like you're going home at a respectable hour.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I guess. We'll go home at a respectable hour.
Okay, very well. As you are approaching the exit of the tavern,
Yes.
something happens. You see
Of
that
course.
the exit for you, it's covered in silvery mist, and the door itself seems to be crisscrossed by shadowy waves of black and purple. And you see that actually a few bystanders are there, like, hey, we didn't know there was a portal there. They're not so surprised by the fact that there is a portal. They're just surprised by the fact that it's now there. Like, they didn't know that portal existed.
Either we are going to Senuada's homeland, or the Shadow Throne is calling us.
I got nothing to do with that.
Wait, they didn't know there was a portal here. Maybe we could sell this information.
Well, there is a lot of people now that know that information. Like, everybody's looking at the door.
She's
Well,
just
if there's
gonna
a portal,
turn back.
we need to go through it. So
But
I
the-
go through it.
But the portals need like
Wait,
activation.
wait, wait,
keys.
wait. Let me make a timer because we need to be back here in 2 weeks.
Yes, but
Of
we can
course.
train on the road.
Yes, we can. So from now on, in every battles we're gonna do, you're gonna sing.
Did you?
And you're gonna kill them with singing. Every opponent we meet, you're gonna kill them with singing.
The killing song.
I shall sing and use my sword as a voice.
And don't you worry about a thing.
What?
Don't you worry about a thing. Okay, sorry.
Yes, I know what you were going for.
Sorry, I recently saw Sing with my daughters. Okay, so yeah. Unless you want to get out from the window, that's also an option.
No, I stepped through.
Yeah, okay, me
Yeah,
too.
I already went through, so
Aha. Alrighty then. When you step through. Wait, I need to. When you step through the portal, instead of the streets of Sigil, you find yourselves somewhere completely. It could very well be somewhere completely different. In fact, the first feeling that you have is that you're falling.
huh, that's weird.
Huh?
Oh dear.
Let me
down.
see if I'm correct.
You're down, did you say?
Okay, yes, I think I'm correct here. When I say this. All right.
I see
yeah.
only darkness.
You see only darkness. You should look right down Maybe if you do your screen a bit bigger.
Well, I'm still in the
Damn.
Hall of Records.
Jesus, that's a big map.
Like
The fuck?
Yeah, I found it.
you found it, yeah. So you have to scroll a bit to the side. Well, a lot to the side.
Which
Wait,
side? Down the middle.
we see a room, but not us.
All
Yeah,
I see,
I'm about
all I
to put
see
you
is
there.
black.
But yeah, you have to scroll to the right.
Oh, okay.
Then yeah, it is in fact a big map.
Oh, we see who the favorite is.
I just taken them in the order that they are here.
I mean, clearly I'm favorite because my name is first.
I guess I'm still in the Hall of Records.
You didn't come to party. Okay, no, we are supposing that like you met party together.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Unless you wanna skip. Okay. No, so as I was saying, you have this feeling of falling as whatever you had appeared on some kind of natural ground, in fact, starts to shudder beneath your feet, and you are falling amid the roar of this collapsing masonry. And dust fills the air, and sunlight disappears as darkness swallows you. Now, if I understand correctly, everyone in this place has a
Dark vision.
dark vision, or Ella, you don't? Do you?
I do. I have dark vision.
Everyone has dark vision. Can you confirm this
Mhm.
information?
Yes, I do.
What is this? Okay, very well.
Has been very quiet this time.
Skrulk has been very quiet all, but we might want to keep him here. All right. So yeah, then I would say that since you can all see something due to your dark vision, I could even describe you whatever you see right now. First of all, you see that the air itself inside this room is quite thick. In fact, it's almost like there is something in the air, like cloud-like mist, completely filling the room. Everybody can try a nature check.
A nature check, you say?
A nature check.
Ooh. Oh, I rolled at the same time as Starlin and thought that 20 was
Okay.
mine.
Tallinn and Nuada.
I guess.
For different motives. Tallinn because being from a society that uses a lot of poison, you understand this. And Nuada because you're just creepy AF. You understand that this cloud, the air itself, is completely impregnated with a mildly irritating and poisonous toxic gas.
Stop breathing.
Why?
Stop breathing.
Poison.
That's not a good reason to stop breathing.
Okay, keep on.
With your Tallinn, with your role, you also do understand one that the gas it's only mildly poisonous, so it won't have an immediate effect. But you think that on the long term, it can be damaging.
Okay.
So yeah, stop breathing could be an option, but you think that it will take at least an hour of breathing this stuff before it really affects you and people.
In other words, maybe it's
Okay.
not the best place to rest for you guys.
Okay, so we need to go fast. I cast light on my clothes, and then I go through.
Okay, when you cast light on your clothes, first of all, everybody's like, ah! The light. No.
And it shines with a golden light.
Of summer. Great.
Starting to understand those people in the bar.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay, then I guess
You
I
want
can
a piece
describe
of
you
meat? Get in line.
a piece of me or a piece of meat.
Is that
You
an
want a piece of
invitation?
me? Get in
Oh,
line.
So I know from the way the air feels that it would take about an hour to take effect, right?
yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay, I see that Noel and Albis are running forward, but let me do my duty as a DM and let me describe you this room, which you are. Oh, it's fine. You can be there if you want. Okay, you are in a long, narrow chamber. Yeah, I think you are. In the center of this apartment, there is a domed shape on the floor that will be. In the east wall is a blank-faced stone. What is east though here? Oh wait, maybe I will show you a thingy. Then you can know what east, west, and north are.
You're gonna have to tell us where it is. Okay.
Yeah, you see it now?
Oh,
Yeah?
so this.
Okay. Yes. So yeah, of course, to make it easier on you, east is north and north is west. Blah blah. Okay. So
Okay.
the east. So here, there is this blank-faced stone door. The west end of the room is blocked by the fallen rubble that was the result of your collapse. And then there is two side walls where there are several niches cut into them, as you can, like here and here and here. The shape in the center of the chamber appears to be a small alcove protected by a half dome with the open end facing toward the door in the east wall. This alcove is set in a recessed, shallow, tiled well 1 foot deep and 10 feet wide. The alcove itself is 4 feet high, and the recess contains some sort of display. Shiza, you that you're there, you can see the display, and the display appears to be a diorama depicting a hunting party of barbaric warriors dressed in feathers and deer hide garments in a mountainside scene. Some have pulled down a stag with the aid of a dog. Another group is killing a small mule deer, and others have cornered a panther with their spears. A scout watches the panther from an outcropping above. He holds a metal staff with a loop in its hand. It looks like a shepherd crew. Then, three niches on both the northern and southern wall, so these ones, are 5 feet wide and about 3 feet off the floor, and each niche contains a diorama depicting some aspect of tribal. The 6-inch tall figures in place appear to be made of stucco, realistically and brightly painted. The scenes portrayed represent fishing, farming, religion, warfare, the creation story, and crafting. A cave-in completely blocks the west end of the chamber, and at short intervals, small amounts of rubble and dirt spilling into the room. Several large stones appear to have wedged themselves tightly, closing the collapse. So basically, this is not an option to get out. The only option seemed to be the door. And then there are all these dioramas.
Is there anything about the dioramas that would give us a clue as to where we are in the multiverse? Like, are they familiar in any way?
That is, according to me, a pertinent question. The only
Yeah,
way to
like
answer that question is for me to know where you are. So let me check the multiverse and see where you are.
can I deduce anything from the way the paintings are made and the way the walls and
Yes, I
with
think
my
it's only fair.
archaeology knowledge?
I think it's only fair that you could do that. But I really need to know where you are right now. Right now, you are wonderful. Okay, very well. So, so many words, so little time. All right. Tallinn. Clearly, the culture that lived, the culture that's created this place was tribalistic, by your standards, barbaric, probably hunter-gatherers. The symbols that you see, warriors, the spears, the shepherd crooks, make you understand that these people were not as advanced as, let's say, Drow, the humans of your world.
But
Secondarily, you think that the purpose of this place, judging by the figurines and the dioramas, it may be either a tomb or shrine, like a religious place of.
so these people were tribalistic and very primitive, basically. But
Yes.
the way the construction itself is made, does that look primitive, or does that look like
It is.
the walls, are they decent, and
They are
door
decently
is-
made. They are made of. I would say to make you a real world comparison, you could compare it to the Inca or Aztec of
Okay.
yeah, something like that. Also
So
the
okay.
same kind of
A little
style.
bit Yuan-Ti.
A little bit UNT. Yeah. You may say so. Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting. I haven't been to a ruin exactly like this before.
But no clues as to where we are.
No clues as to the exact where you are.
And how much is it worth?
How much? What?
All these dioramas, they're like art objects, right?
Yeah, but they
may be
look pretty
considered-
hard to lug around.
Well, each statuette, what did I say? 6 inches?
Ah, okay, they're pretty small. Yeah.
6 inch tall. 6 inch, I want to say. Meter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like an action figure.
I should know that. Okay, so yeah, it's like an action figure. Yeah.
Are there any in particular that catch Shisa's eyes?
Of the figurines. Well, there is, for example, here there is a figurine of a snake.
Okay.
For example,
She'd like
looks
to
like.
pick it up and examine it.
Okay, very well. So it was here.
Yep.
When you pick it up and examine it, you see that as you remove it from the diorama and bring it nearer to your eyes, suddenly the diorama begins to grow. You're pushed a bit back, and the constrictor snake appears in full form and alive in front of you.
Then I would like to draw upon my Yuan-Ti powers of my parcel tongue, if you will, and cast animal friendship that only applies to snakes.
Sure. Choose a beast. A wisdom saving. Oh no. If the beast is 4 or higher, the spell fails. It's not 4 or higher. Otherwise, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
So DC 15.
It has a 5. So the big snake appears in front of you, but you immediately snake charm it, so to say, and it starts to sway in front of you, like.
One more prop for the show.
I'm going to pat it. I don't suppose that it's a white snake.
It's a constrictor snake.
Oh well, I sort of pet it, and is it a male or a female?
You pet. I don't. You
Where
can
you want to
choose.
breed with it?
You
No!
can choose.
I just yeah, I want to be
Even
friendly
it's a
with it.
male. It's a male, yes.
Okay, good boy. Yes. You're a good boy.
Nuada also got an advantage, by the way, from Kerr.
Thank you.
As you pat it, it puts its tongue out to your hand.
Yep. That's nice. It seems. Wait, someone else try and wake one of these. Perhaps we can speak to one of these people.
I take the statuette of the hunter overlooking the. There was one hunter perching somewhere.
Well, since we already saw one of them come to life, can I prepare my blast in case this one also does
Of course.
the same?
Yes, of course. Okay, so you're going to that niche, Ella. That niche. In this niche, there is. It seems to be a representation of the creation of the world, and all the statuettes are actually stylized and obviously non-human. These figures. So there is some kind of a godlike figure adorned in green quetzal feathers, which is mixing ashes with blood to a sculpture of a man and a woman, while four towering figures painted in red, black, blue, and white are standing about a fire committing ritual suicide with their daggers. Two smaller figures are ringed by the sword. The pimply one is being consumed by the fire, while something covered in snails cowers in fear. Okay, Ella, roll me a religion check.
I can do this.
Nice. Ella, what is your word of origin?
Probably Faerun.
Really? Or do you not know?
I think I went for Faerun as background.
You said Ferrum? Okay, very well.
Yeah.
Okay. Then no, it does not reveal any myth of your war.
Our Twitch is being raided.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to Fumbles and Fame.
Welcome to the raid.
Okay, so
You have advantage.
Ella, if you remove one of the
Oh, I was going to actually remove. I don't know where it was, but there was one diorama with a hunter overlooking from a perch.
yeah.
First diorama you.
Yeah, the one with the panther and the dog.
Described.
It's actually this one. It's the center one. I think I lost you though, Jay.
Yeah, you did break up a little bit.
Do you hear us? Is that thou, Jay?
Welcome back to the heart.
Brothers, where art thou?
Good question.
No, which
Oh, you're back, but you
JJ.
are sounding quite horrible at the moment.
I think you cannot handle the Scraticus raid.
Yes. Thank you, Strategist.
Scraticus has unbalanced the force of this party
Jay,
and Ella.
type in the chat what you want to do.
Yes. I only hear robot.
Yeah.
Jay, don't do that. Don't do that. Yes. Type something in. In the meanwhile, anybody else wants?
Yes.
I think I was gonna open the door.
So you are that near to the door, right? The door is carved with a sun and appears to open into the room. There are hinges on this side and scratches on the floor. There is no visible lock or handle on it, although a slight gap stretches across the top of 8 holes seem to have been bored into the door. They are about 1 inch in diameter, but nothing can be seen in them. The door seems to be fairly thick. The lintel is arched with a keystone at the top.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
So there is this door. There isn't a visible lock. There is only these 8 holes bored into the door, and the door itself seems to be very, very heavy.
Strange.
Could the miniature statues be used as keys?
You think that the statues themselves are probably done. They probably won't fit inside the holes. Though, for example, the little spears of some of the warriors may do.
Yeah, for example.
For examples.
So I'm trying to find some patterns between whatever props those little statues might have that could be used as keys, maybe.
Okay,
Don't know.
roll me
Just an idea.
roll me a perception test.
18.
18. Okay. You look a bit around the several dioramas, and eventually you end up on the one where Ella is. And you think that the staff held by the scout figure in the central diorama may actually be used as a key.
Okay.
I still think we could touch one of the statues and question it.
So, could you repeat that last piece of information, please?
Me?
Yes.
So, well, you look around at the several dioramas, and you
Yes.
see that the central one has a shepherd, and that shepherd has some kind of crooked staff.
Mm-hmm.
You said the crooked staff looks to you like a key.
Okay. So in those statues, can I find the somewhere in this room? Can I find this crooked staff?
Somewhere in the room, it's so the little statue in the diorama
Yes.
holds a crooked staff,
Yes.
which is 6 inches big,
Okay.
and it looks a lot like a key to you.
Okay.
It doesn't look like something you can put in those holes, but it just looks like a key. Although, as I told you, the archer was linteled, and there is like this keystone at the top. You don't see any place to put a key,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's what you see here.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hi, now you sound normal.
Yes.
Yes, blame the shitty internet that day. I hope they're gonna fix soon.
Sorry, guys, from the raid. We know we probably lost a few of you due to the technical difficulties, but we're happy to see you guys here.
Okay.
So sorry, what did I miss? Because I was going to take the hunter overlooking from the middle diorama.
The door seems to be locked, but doesn't have any visible keyhole. There are 8 holes though around it. And Nuada has found something that looks like a key being held by one of the statues in the central thing, right?
That's correct.
Yes. So, who has an idea now?
I take the statuette that is holding a key, and I place it on the ground away from the diorama.
So when you take that statuette, you see that as you take it out of the diorama, a real person appears here, dressed like an ancient barbaric warrior, the Inca or Maya, and it immediately springs at in fighting position, and it's ready to attack you.
Zwan, brother.
Use my ready blast.
You can use your ready blast if you want.
Yes.
Let's question her first. We have no idea where we are.
Nah. Well,
Well,
That
it
was
doesn't.
wild.
It doesn't need legs for that.
It goes a bit wild indeed.
Oh well.
The thing seems to be ready to
Okay.
spring. Well, it has just been blasted.
Now the snake is charmed. Does that mean it's?
The snake is not charmed. It just consider you not an enemy.
It says charmed in the description. Wisdom saving
The
throw
spell
will
lets
be
you convince a
charmed by
beast that
you.
you mean harm.
Yeah, but
Choose
if you
a
read
beast
it
that you can see within range of an beast
otherwise
succeeds,
the beast must succeed.
or be
wisdom.
charmed by you for the spell duration. Okay, so charmed means that you have advantage on charisma checks, I think, and it won't attack you until you attack her. Wait,
Him. You said it was a
him
boy.
or her or it.
So you're going to try to convince it to constrict the wild person.
Okay, so yeah, a charmed creature will not attack you. Will not attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities, and you have advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature. You could try to convince it. I think you speak snake or something.
I speak. Let's see.
Like you have some ability to speak with animals.
I mean, this ability is the one that I have from being a UNT.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Anyhow,
I speak.
For example, if you
Abyssal
want,
and Talman.
yeah, if you want to order it to
Slamen.
attack, you can try an animal handling check with advantage because it's charmed.
Okay. Animal handling. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Ella. You seem to have the initiative.
Aha!
Don't forget, I also have disadvantage for you to put on me.
Okay.
Yeah, and Wada still has an advantage.
So Ella, what would you like to do?
Shillelagh.
Okay.
Yay! I love to hear the sound of the shillelagh in the morning.
Oh, that word.
Correct pronunciation too.
Okay. You smack your shillelagh on the head of this hunter.
Come now.
And you see that the only expression you see in the hunter it's hate and rage, and she immediately smacks staff on you, on your head, or at least she tries. Armor class 18
Yes.
and armor class 20.
Woo!
Not bad. For a total of 9 points of damage. That will be bludgeoning because it's supposed to be a staff. Talin.
Yes, I will hex him.
I think it's a her.
Her.
Yeah, well. it's
Okay. So she's cursed on strength.
fine.
Yeah, and I follow it up with a Eldritch Blast. It's a 19 to hit
That would be a hit.
for 9 damage, force and necrotic.
Okay. She's already bleeding profusely, but she's still up. Shisa.
I would like to go ahead and try this animal handling to suggest to the snake that this scout is dinner.
Go for it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
With advantage, you said.
Yeah, with advantage, that's what I'm saying. So it's a natural 20. Okay, so it's so good that the snake will immediately go on the scout and try to constrict it. With a 16, which is a success, inflicting 9 points of bludgeoning damage. You hear the sound of crunching bones
Oh yeah.
as the brains of the scout come out of it, and you see that the scout becomes once again that little 6 inches statue that you add that breaks into pieces and drops the key that it was holding.
I say
Yes,
in my native tongue, poor snake, deprived of a meal.
I guess we'll need to finish off your snake at some point as well to get its key.
Does he have a key?
The snake
Well,
does not seem to hold the key. Also, once again, this key that you have found doesn't look like it's something to fit those holes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we keep it anyway. You never know.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure. Yeah, of course.
So, what those holes? Maybe we can find something that would fit in them based on their shape.
there's no lock. That's the thing. Doesn't appear to be a lock.
Can we do a detect magic? Do I have that one? Yes.
Sure.
As a ritual, if we have the time.
Well, nobody's running after you.
It's
No,
only
no.
it's only
The poison. Yeah.
Poisonous gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Shisa couldn't care less about
No.
poison.
I'm
True.
protected from poison.
Yeah. How much time would have passed?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
And 1 round.
After the ritual will be done. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So detect magic. Clearly, the dioramas are all shining with magic. Transmutation most probably.
Mm-hmm.
The door itself is not shining with magic. Whatever it's the solution, it's purely physical material.
Okay. So, can we do an investigation check or rather
Of course.
investigate the door to see if we can determine
Sure.
what the locking mechanism is?
Of course, go for it.
Okay. I would like to. Right. 21.
All right. You actually see that. Have a look at just between the keystone and the door itself. You see that there is a keyhole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I found
which was hidden in between the two stones.
It's right there.
Okay.
I'm going to continue concentrating on the detect magic too, just as a point.
I
So can-
take the key and
Yeah.
enter it where she's
Okay, when you put the key there and you turn it, you definitely hear the sound of grinding stones where the door is, like you have unlocked it. The thing is, the door opens to the inside of this room, like you can see the hinges here, and there is no handle.
Okay.
Anybody have a sword they can miss so we can like pry it open a bit?
Well, in a worst case, I could use Shadow Spike to shatter the door, if it's mundane.
That it's also an option.
So yeah, why not? I'll just whack at it with Shadow Spike. It does like automatic crits against objects, and can deal bludgeoning damage to such items.
Right. Eventually, it will break under your assault. The only thing is that you see at one point when you break it enough. Okay, I'm supposing that you are.
Well, I guess I
Actually,
sort of like chip away at the stone so we can get like an arm in and pull it out.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You know, when too much damage is inflicted, you see that it suddenly falls apart,
Okay.
and you can make me an dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. Is this where you want the disadvantage?
Okay, nice. You agilely avoid the falling door by stepping aside, and the door is now open.
Hey.
Okay.
Ah, finally.
Is there still poison in the air when the door
There is
opens?
still
Or...
poison in the air.
Okay. Are we closer to the hour already?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Okay, so when you open, you find yourself in this corridor. The stone walls of this corridor are carved to resemble a stack of bamboo-like logs. The passage slopes down from a single door on its western leg, the lintel of which has been crafted to represent a stylized cavern entrance. It leads to double doors of beaten bronze, worked to resemble a forest of seaweed.
What a strange place is this.
Yeah.
Feels like home.
The snake is following you, right?
I would like to try and convince it to follow me.
Yeah, you know, that natural 20 made it friendly at this point.
Yay.
Olbis, your attention was attracted by
I shall call you Snake.
that, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, I ignore why that would be different from the other. It's just a wall.
Yeah, okay. That is really convincing.
No, I'm like completely wait. From a single door in the western door. Yeah, there is only a single one they standing next to. Even the description confirms. So yeah, I don't know why they made it white in the map, but that's a wall.
I will knock on every wall.
Okay. Though when Nuada I see goes and sprints for the door, he accidentally triggers something here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jump, jump, jump.
So it's a trap.
And what happens is, when that happens, several of the logs that are depicted on the walls, they just swing out from the walls and start to buster everybody there.
Everybody where?
Everybody
In the
Nuada.
corridor.
No, everybody Nuada. So Nuada, when you are here, these logs come out of the wall and they buff at you. Apparently there is no save. You simply suffer.
Could this be an old school adventure?
Blah, no, because it's only 7 damage. You suffer 7 damage, and you are pushed 5 feet, well, in fact, this direction.
Where there is another trap.
Where there is another trap now. The thing is, the logs that have been swung away from that wall do not go back in place, effectively forming a wall between you and your colleagues there.
Time for Shatter Spike.
Nuada,
Okay.
are you okay?
I'm fine.
He doesn't sound okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Scroke! You should be up here searching for traps.
Skrok is probably sleeping, petting your snake.
Yeah, that's okay.
He's probably inside of the snake by now.
He's probably inside, yeah. Skrok is that dinner that you promised. Okay, so yeah, Nuada is on the other side of the wall. You are on this side of the wall. Anarchdavi, it's not just a log. It's walls that created that were shaped like logs.
So it's like logs from both walls, right? Just sort of like creating a wall.
Creating a wall, yeah.
Is this a job for Shadow Spike, perhaps?
It could be, yeah, sure. Why not?
Be my guest.
Alright, I will try to make a hole large enough for people to squeeze through and large enough for Snake to squeeze through.
Yeah, well. It will just require some time, more minutes passing by, but eventually.
How much time has passed so I know if I detect magic?
I would say at this point, 20 minutes.
Okay, so it's out.
Yeah.
Can I use a ray of frost to make it more brittle?
Sure. You do just that. You make it a bit more brittle, and eventually you manage to destroy the wall. Okay, now you can all see Nuada there waiting for you. What would you like to do?
Carefully move ahead, while seeing that I do not step on any strange stones.
Okay.
I will use my quarterstaff to feel for loose stones and such.
Okay. Make me one investigation check.
Someone's got the old school theory going.
Okay, you don't think that there should be any other trap.
That doesn't mean it's not there.
That's a fact.
I'll move up to the door.
You move up to the door.
And I would like to listen at the door.
Okay, roll me a perception check. The doors here are mostly made of beaten bronze or slab of stone. While heavy, they seem to be able to, unless they are locked, they seem to be able to be opened without much problem. So you are listening. Your perception was 17. You do not hear anything, no?
Nope.
Nope.
Then, somewhat. Did you hear something?
You know what? Maybe with a 17, you may be hearing like a mildly clicking sound.
Some kind of mild clicking sound.
Clicking.
Yeah.
Yes, strange.
Are we talking like clicking as in mechanism clicking or clicking as in beetles?
It could be both.
Well, only one way to find out, of course.
Send in Nuada.
What?
What about Noada?
Yes, send him in.
Ah, okay.
Really?
Fine, send in a steak.
I shall go myself.
I will go first.
Well,
Like I said-
I guess we open the doors at the same time.
Yeah.
Sorry, should I have said send in the serpent?
Why does it have to be serpent?
Because I'm a snake lady.
Ah, sorry. I was quoting Indie.
Aha. Why does it have to be snakes?
All right. So you see this very big room. This room is constructed of large stone blocks, buttressed in the corners. The walls are wet and slimy, and mud covers most of the floor in a thin coating. To the east and west may be seen stone doors recessed into the wall, and to the north a set of stairs lead down. In the center of the chamber sits a large, polished boulder amid a pile of smaller rounded rocks. The boulder is 5 feet tall and colored brown, dark streaks and spots. Leaning against it is what appears to be a bamboo staff. In the mud around the base of the boulder, it's a moving shape, looking like a crayfish. It is facing you and seems to be aware of your existence.
Okay, whatever you're doing, stop it.
That's the thing that was clicking, this crayfish thing.
Does it seem hostile?
At this moment, it's only like waving its claws and clicking its in a mildly aggressive manner.
Quickly, somebody transform into crab and do the same to him.
Shisa turns back to Eller and says, "So you're volunteering then?"
Sorry, I only know bears and squids.
Surely I only know snakes.
Well then, there's 3 people left.
Yeah, guys, lift the
We-
game.
We killed the
I don't
dragon
know
not
what
so long ago. Why are
Thing
we
about
afraid of that
lobsters.
thing? I heard it's really good in soup.
You would not be wrong. Okay. It still seems like an animal. Every once in a while, it beats around, then goes there. Then at one point, you hear a sound coming from what passes for a head for a crayfish.
Okay.
It almost looks like sounds like words. The thing is, it's words in a language you don't understand.
Are you sure?
Tell me what languages you talk.
Probably not that one. I've got Abyssal, Common, Draconic, and Tlamen.
It's not deep speech, is it?
It
Sylvan?
isn't.
It's aquatic.
Okay.
Clearly, no. Anybody here speaking Primordial
Only Elven.
or Elven? Okay, you know what?
Primordial languages are mutually intelligible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, anybody has
Yeah.
any Primordial language?
Probably not.
No. Okay. Roll me. All of you roll me an intelligence.
Without
Everyone can
disadvantage.
roll me an intelligence check. Okay, Tarlin. It makes sense that you be an historian and an archaeologist. It does sound to you like some kind of primitive form of the common language or a derivative of it, and it does look like this creature is trying to communicate with you. It's actually addressing you, and actually intimating you of going away, lest he be forced to discharge his sacred duty.
I will use my awakened mind to respond to him.
Okay.
You will let us pass. We come in peace.
When he hears you in his mind, he replies also in his mind to you, and he says, "I am the guardian of Kalkakilla. I cannot let you pass."
Then Calcatilla will soon be without a guardian.
What is it with our party and just making enemies with everyone we see?
All right. Roll me an intimidation check.
18.
An 18. You see that the creature makes a few steps back, almost behind the boulder. But at the same time, he seems still steadfast. Like he seems to be more scared of not doing his duty than of you guys, even though you are so many.
What's
I
it
will
say?
speak out. He will attack us if we try to pass.
Since we're gonna try to pass, let's attack him first.
We could do that. Should we head north and east and see? Should we start up here and see if he attacks?
It's going to attack.
Well, I will already move my hex onto the beast.
Okay, all right. This is happening.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Do you want us in initiative order first?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Ooh, a 17.
All right, Shisa. You see that Talin axe moves on the creature. The creature starts to get more aggressive.
Okay, she will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but she's got her Shadow Spike drawn, and she readies an attack action in case someone comes in her 5 foot.
Very well. You see that you are walking on the very muddy terrain.
Oh, is it difficult?
It does count as difficult terrain.
Alright, so I only get that far.
You only get that far. Although you can dash if you want, of course.
No, I'd rather ready that action.
Okay, very well. So you have a ready action. Albis.
Mm-hmm. let's see, what can I do? I run into the room.
Mm-hmm. So
And-
alpha speed.
Mm-hmm. And then I face step over here.
Okay, nice.
And then I will ready my action to cast Scorching Ray if it approaches me.
Okay.
Is that a? I think
that
you can only use a cantrip
You can?
because you use Misty Step, right?
No.
It's not a
face
spell.
step.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
a
really?
racial
Not a
ability.
spell.
It's a racial ability called Face Step.
I thought they still counted as spells. But okay.
If it said as an action you can cast the Mist Step spell,
okay,
then
yeah. Okay, all right. Oh,
Okay.
yes. Fair enough.
Nuada.
I come here, I get ready to defend myself, and then I look at Shisa and I said, "You forgot to sing."
Oh, right, yeah. I start singing.
Talin.
A dirge of death to lobsters.
I will
In
swing
Abyssal.
my wand of entangle at the beast.
Okay.
Mama.
And it has to make a
And its strength is hexed.
strength save, but it's a save, so
Ah, yes, okay.
here we go. 17.
That
It's
saves.
difficult terrain, but still he can move. Okay, it is the giant crayfish. When he sees you entering the room, especially being so deep into the room, the creature starts getting very angry, and so it moves at half speed. 1, 2, 3 here, and it will try to claw at Noir
Really? Why me, man? I'm
because you're there.
And because I readied my action.
Our class 19
Of course.
and armor class 15.
Only in your dreams.
Only in my dreams. So you suffer 5 points of bludgeoning damage. You are grappled,
Oh.
meaning you cannot move from there. Ella.
I didn't plan to.
What does it do? It makes you restrained. I wild shape into a brown bear.
You block the corridor.
I have spell sniper.
And I attack it.
Go for it. Nice. That's a hit. That's also a hit.
For 16 points of damage in total.
That is cool. Okay. You start to put your bite and claws to bear and damaging the creature. A new round. You see that when your round begins, this boulder that was there in the middle of the room starts to shake and rumble. And in fact, you realize that it wasn't a boulder at all, but it was some kind of giant hermit crab, which immediately appears where the entangle is. Strength save, which will succeed. And at the sound of Boraru, he what's initiative? Darling, what's your dexterity?
6. No, wait. Dexterity 14.
Okay. Shisa, you see that the boulder starts to move.
All right. Am I?
And
And
also
then-
seems to be speaking in the same language of the
Does it
giant
seem
crayfish.
to be? Is it definitely threatening?
It is straddling in the way of you intruders get away from our home.
But I can't necessarily understand that. Okay.
It does look like, what he wants is for you. The tone of his voice and the few words ancient common that you understand.
Okay. I mean, the water is restrained,
Yeah. Well, he's grappled, yes.
so she'll move forward and whack at it.
Go for it.
So she will use Shattered Spike with Booming Blade and sing.
You should have sung before because 13 isn't.
It's because she's singing. She isn't used to striking while singing yet.
That's true. That's a fact. Albis, more
Mm-hmm.
weird creature, very good in a soup, are appearing.
Can we please skin the spell so the Booming Blade part is just her singing?
Let's see. I will quicken spell a chaos bolt on the one that just arrived.
Mm-hmm. That is definitely a hit.
And I need to roll for damage first. It's a first level spell.
Ooh!
6 or 5.
Sweet.
Great damage.
Let's go with lightning damage.
Lightning damage. It's got it. Okay, nice. Your chaos bolt hits it with lightning.
And I will roll a d100.
Yes.
Oh.
Is that the wild mage thing?
Yeah.
I should always have that open, or maybe I should create it.
Oh. I am apparently frightened by the nearest creature until the end of my next turn.
All right. So yeah, the nearest creature being that
Shouldn't have
creature.
done that.
So yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay. So you're frightened by it, meaning you have
Yes.
disadvantage on attack.
Yes. So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, and then I Eldritch Blast the one in front of Shisa
Go for
and
it.
Nuada.
That will be a miss. Yeah.
But I have 2 Eldritch Blasts because I'm level 5.
Hey, that is a hit.
Right.
3 points
For
of
3
force
damage.
Okay, nice. Nuada. You're grappled, which only means that you cannot move, but you can still attack.
That's it. Then I'm going to unleash everything I can. So be 3 attacks. Can I use my? Yes, I'm going to use my advantage now just to make sure
Yeah.
I hit the bastard. First attack. Ooh, did it do something? No, it didn't.
An 11 with advantage, it's a hit.
It's a 16.
Yep, that's a hit.
That's a hit.
You pierce it with your spear.
Exactly. Can I make a second one with the spear?
Of course you can.
Yes.
Unarmed. Isn't it an unarmed attack?
No,
Yeah.
two normal spear and 1 unarmed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we're level 5, yeah.
9 points of damage. Definitely a hit. It starts to look very wounded. And then if you want, or use key to make 2 more attacks, or
Of course I will.
Okay, then 1 key point for 2 unarmed attacks.
Yeah, miss.
That's a miss. And that is just a hit. 10 points. That's a punch. And in fact, with your last. Okay, so how do you want to do it? Because
Oh, you couldn't! I'm kidding. Yeah, man. Whatever. I just punch through and like I don't know, break whatever skills
you
it
punch
has
through
and-
its shell.
Exactly. Like
You bring out a piece of meat, and at the sound of sushi, you stuck it in your mouth.
exactly.
That
And then I look at the other one and I say, "You're next."
this was just the entrée, like that. Okay, Talin.
Let's see. Yes. Do I have line of vision around the bear somehow?
You know, the thing is I mean, I want to.
Yeah.
It's a bear and it's a door. I think you only see his butt.
Okay.
You can shoot through its asshole, hoping it jumps out through his mouth.
I think we are a bit in a borderline case.
Yeah.
Where-
Then I will delay.
Okay. Kalkakilla, seeing as you have killed the guardian.
Oh, that's Calcokila.
Yes. He steps forward here. And then he comes here. And he
So-
comes to you, Shiz.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, nice. And he will attack you with 2 claws.
Mm-hmm.
We have a 21.
A 21, I'm gonna shield it. Wow.
Okay, nice. So he misses you. And then we have a 13. Okay, very well. So he misses you both. And then, as a bonus action, you see him breathing inside his shell, which makes him a bit harder to
Hit.
hurt. Yeah. Ella.
Ella will battle past Nevada and Shisa.
Yep.
I can move. Oh, that's moving into the entangle.
Yeah, you can stay there. It's fine.
Can I still? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure. It's yeah.
Multi attack.
That's a miss. 120.
Wow.
And that is just a miss. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay,
even
she's-
when it's in its shell? Oh, man.
Yeah, sorry, no, it's a real. Yeah.
Shisa is gonna move a little bit around it.
Yep.
So she can get to this point. Just
Okay.
because flanking makes sense, even if it has no reward.
Yeah, sure. Also to leave some space to the other.
Yeah. And she will launch Shadow Spike at it, trying to pierce its defenses.
Are you singing?
Singing, yes, with Booming Blade. A 24 might actually.
24 is definitely a hit.
So that would be 8 plus 1 thunder damage, so a total of 9.
9.
And the thunder damage is her booming voice.
Oh, nice. Okay, Albis.
I'm just like, don't hurt me, please, don't hurt me.
Baby, don't.
And I will use the dodge action.
Okay, yeah, because you're scared. Nuada.
And now I'm not.
And now you're not anymore. It's just like, why did I just do
Clack. I'm going to show you my new technique.
a new technique?
Shell shock.
Go for it.
Okay. Okay. First one with a spear. I'm only going to use 3 attacks. I'm going to spare my key points for next time.
That is a hit.
11 piercing. Boom.
Why did I close
That-
myself in my shell? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because, like I told you, man, shell shock.
Second attack.
Second with the spear.
So hit.
And my unarmed. Oh, if I could end it like this. Oh, shit, I took the wrong one.
That's actually a miss.
It's a miss anyway.
Yeah.
Because I took the longbow, I don't know why.
Yeah, okay.
It's,
No,
what's the
that's,
unarmed?
that's a miss.
It's a
Okay.
miss. Ah, damn it.
Talon.
The piece of his friend.
Yes. I will move my hex onto the beast with my bonus
Very
action. And then blast it at level 5. So times
1 is a hit.
that's,
so 11.
11 damage.
Okay. You start to see blood. You made a hole in his shell and blood coming out of that hole. The first thing we'll do as a bonus action, it will come out of his shell. And then he will attack even Nuada. No, wait, it's 3 of you.
Yeah.
1 to Nuada. Sorry, 1 to Shisa, 3 for Nuada, 5, 6 Ella. 8 to attack Shisa.
Try.
At least he will try, yeah. Okay, so we have 8 and a 15. Both are misses.
Well, the 15, it just strikes against her brand new armor.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Yes, with the Praetorian steel,
Okay.
proving
Okay.
its worth.
Okay, great. Ella.
It has turned its back on me.
Yes, it has.
Great, now I can bite it in its ass.
Sure, you do. And you don't.
Well, you do
9
bite
points.
it.
Yeah.
For 9 piercing.
Okay. Shisa. Oh,
Ella.
sorry. I clicked twice, but Shisa.
I will move into a flanking position, and then I'm hoping this works. There we go.
19 is a hit, yeah.
Yes.
So-
So she uses Shadow Spike with her operatic voice, dealing 12 points of damage in total.
12 points damage. Okay, it's looking worse and worse. Noada, this could be your move. Sorry, Olbis first. Sorry, Olbis.
Oh man! How dare you make me scared of you? Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
That is a hit. And that is a miss.
isn't.
Okay, you clearly set it up. Noada, this could be your moment.
It's gonna be the moment, man. Has to be.
That is a miss.
You hit the shelf.
But this one is a hit, and
That is a hit. So Noada, the question being, how do you want to do this?
I make an acrobatic jump, and I fall with my spear like that through the shell, and that's it. And then I stand on the shell like this. I say,
Yeah, you shell like yeah,
shell
they say
shock.
Shell shock. Okay. You pierce Kalkakila last time, and the giant hermit crab dies under your onslaught. You're still here in this room full of mud.
Who's
Why?
hungry? I'm
Why?
cooking.
Yeah. Why is this room full of mud? How tasty is a hermit crab? and will you come out of this shrine or tomb, wherever it is that you have arrived to? We will only know in the next episode of Tales from the Yawning Port, an epic campaign by all of you. This is where we're going to stop tonight.
Cool.
Oh man, I talked so much today. Ah, okay. I need a bottle of water, not just a glass. Okay. Do we have to say something important, or can I just thank everyone?
You can thank everyone, and I can take us out if you want.
Okay. So thank everyone, my players, our guests, those that invaded us. Everybody's always welcome here. Thanks everybody that was watching us. You know what I'm talking about when I do this. And yeah, thanks. And we will see each other next week with Ben's game. Well, our game where Ben DMs, and I will be Zadas. And we'll have some more fun next week.
Yeah.
Anybody?
So, from that's all from us. However, we should just mention that Fumbles and Fame has more on the channel than just our games. So tomorrow night we have our regular Dungeons and Dragons online session. You guys can check out the events on the Fumbles and Fame Twitch channel. You guys that have come in from Straticus, please, if you enjoyed our game, follow us and perhaps visit the Fumbles and Fame Discord channel. Then this is actually our 1 year anniversary week. So on Saturday, the 27th of October, there will be the Lost Mine of Fandelver, but I believe there are some additional games that will be played to celebrate the 1 year anniversary. So keep an eye out for that on our Discord or on Twitch. And then, of course, on Sunday we have Tomb of Annihilation, where the gang is back. Maybe they will be singing more songs, who knows. And then, of course, join us again on Monday for Princes of the Apocalypse, run by me. And we get to catch up with Zardas and the gang and see what their next episode will be like. So, from all of us, guys, have a great week, and we'll see you Monday.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Bye.
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 Bye bye.